Hello, this is Lee Anthony Davis. A warm welcome. It's Saturday the 13th of June. Unlucky for some, but not for football fans. They had an extraordinary day of football feast on the television with some great matches happened today. Let me tell you what's coming up for day 3 of World Cup 26. I've got a World Cup final score coming up, followed by sports reports. Then we move on to looking at the tables, and then I'll have a look at tomorrow's matches. I've got a new section here called the Contenders Section. That is basically the quickest goal scored by a player, the longest goal scored by a player, and of course the Golden Boots contenders, those that score the most goals. Right, okay, and then we move on, as we usually do, with the quiz question section, and then other sports news, and then we have news, and then finally the weather, and then that will be it for my show. So anyway, I hope it's going to help for you to enjoy what I've got to offer. Right, so we'll start off with World Cup final score. Group D, the United States 4, Paraguay 1. Australia versus Turkey is a 5 a.m. kickoff. Group B, Qatar 1, Switzerland 1. And finally Group C, Brazil 1, Morocco 1. And now it's time for Sports Report. Right, so we start off with Group D, where America played Paraguay. So let's start off looking at the actual match. America had an emphatic win today as they smashed apart the Paraguayan defence in a 4-1 win. The Paraguayan midfield player, Damian Bardillo, scored in his own net when the ball cannoned off him as early as the 7th minute in the first half. This lifted the Americans, and 2 more goals were to follow. The first one in the 31st minute, and on the stroke of half time, scored by Florin Balogun. He scored both goals, and that left Paraguay 3-0 down at half time. Right, then they went into the second half, and the Americans were pushing forward for the 4th goal, but unfortunately they got caught short at the back, and Paraguayan midfielder Mauricio pounced on the ball and hit the ball right past the goalkeeper to make it 3-1. But it became academic as Giovanni Reina hammered home the ball to make it 4-1 and gave America their great start they needed as host nation. So they got 3 points, and they go top of the group with an emphatic goal difference of +3. So what a day for them, and what a day for football fans all over to see that goal feast. Anyway, so that was a great result for America. They win 4-1, and they top the group of Group D. Right, moving on to the next match, Qatar and Switzerland. This was a Group B match where Qatar and Switzerland had early chances in the first half. In the first quarter of an hour, a couple of chances on the goalkeeper were missed by both teams. Right, then Switzerland took the advantage by getting a penalty, and the striker Bril Embolo converted the penalty in the 17th minute. Switzerland held the lead until the dramatic injury own goal from Swiss midfielder Miro Muhem, but it was, in my opinion, a fair result. He jumped at the same time as a Morocco attacker, but it just clipped his head or something, and it just beat the goalkeeper. So they share the spoils at 1 each, and they get 1 point for that group in Group B. Right, looking at the other match, a match that I expected to be one way, Brazil against Morocco in Group C, but unfortunately Morocco didn't read the script. So where favourites Brazil were expected to win emphatically, it didn't happen because Morocco sensationally took the lead through Ismail Sabari in the 21st minute. Then Brazilian Vinicius Jr. saved Brazilian blushes, sorry about that, by scoring in the 32nd minute to rescue a point for Brazil. So Brazil have got another chance to prove that they're the best team in the group. But unfortunately after that, who knows? Right, now we're going to look at the group tables. We start off with Group D, and as you know today, America had a great win. They've gone top of the group with 3 points, and they've got a goal difference of 3+ goals. Australia and Turkey play later on at 5 a.m. in the morning, which I will be having a look at because I need to do a report on that, so I'll make out the key moments for tomorrow's sports report. And Paraguay sadly are sitting at the bottom of Group D because they now have -3 goals on goal difference. Right, moving on to Group B, a good draw for Canada against Bosnia Herzegovina gives them a point each, and Qatar did a fantastic result against Switzerland, as you know, scored in the last seconds of injury time to score to give them a 1 goal to give them a point each. So a fantastic result for both Qatar, Switzerland, but there's no movers in that group. Canada, Bosnia, Qatar and Switzerland are all on the same points, so it's all to play for in the second match. Right, looking at Group C, Brazil, who were expected to win, unfortunately didn't, and they got a draw, as you know, against Morocco. So the group tables show Brazil and Morocco are sharing the top spots, with Haiti and Scotland yet to play tomorrow. So that is how the groups stand. Don't worry, I will put them on my community post board later on, groups and everything, the results, the scorers, and the groups, how they stand. The ones that I've mentioned today will be on there later on tomorrow. Right, now the most important thing is looking at tomorrow's matches. I'll give you an idea of where they're playing and what time and where to watch it. So we start off with Group C, and it's Scotland against Haiti. This is going to be sort of early morning Monday, not Sunday, but it's registered to play for Sunday, but it's in the early hours of the morning, of Monday morning. This will be played at Boston Stadium in the USA at 2 a.m. in the morning. You can see exclusive live coverage on BBC One. Right, now for Group E, and it's time for the Germans to show their hand as they come up against the biggest rank outsiders in the World Cup, Curacao. You can see that quite at the right time, where your eyes will not be going to sleep. This is at tea time at 6 p.m. They're playing at Houston Stadium in America, and you can see that live on ITV. Right, finally, the other match is Group F with Holland against Japan, playing at Dallas Stadium in the United States at 9 p.m. live on ITV. Right, moving on to my new section I've added to the show. It's called the Contenders Section. Now, I'll tell you what this means. What I'm doing is the quickest goal, the longest goal, and the Golden Boot contenders, those that score more goals. Well, the one that scores the most goal is the winner of the Golden Boots. Not by me, by FIFA. So I'll just give you a sort of table, and I'll put that on the community post board as well. So let's start off with who scored the quickest goal. So far, holding that honour is Julian Quinones of Mexico, who scored in the first 9 minutes. against South Africa. Now, the longest goal, this is the one that took nearly 80 minutes to come for South Korea, but they managed to win it 2-0, obviously, 2-1. Dramatic match it was, sorry, 2-1. And this was scored by Nahan Gohan of South Korea in the 80th minute. Right, now for the Golden Boots contenders, we've got, they all scored 1 goal, so there's no outright leader at the moment, but here we go. We've got 7 at the moment. Julian Quinons of Mexico, Raul Jimenez of Mexico, Inbun Wang of South Korea, Ho Wang-gu of South Korea, that's his correct pronunciation, Ho Wang-gu. And we've got Ladislav Krejci of Czech Republic, and Kyle Larin of Canada, and Jovo Lukic of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Right, I'll be keeping that up to date. After the big matches today, there'll be different leaders to these boards, so I'll keep them up to date every time I'm doing this video, and I'll also post it on my community post board. Right, now it's time for the quiz section, and today I asked a question yesterday on how many goals has question from yesterday. Who was the youngest player to play in a World Cup? The answer was Norman Whiteside, who played for Manchester United at the time. He was only at age 17, and he was picked for Northern Ireland by manager Billy Bingham. It was a Group 5 match. In the first match, he came on as a sub against Yugoslavia. Right, so that's the answer to that question. Right, I've got another question for you. How many goals has Argentinian legend Maradona scored in the World Cup between his first appearance back in 1982 until his last one in 1994? You know, the controversial doing this at the camera. It turned out he tested positive, you know. That was against Greece. So how many goals did he score between 1982 and 1994? Now I'm going to help you with this one. I'm going to give you 3 possible answers. Is it A, 6, is it B, 8, or is it C, 10 goals? Right, let's move on to other sports news, and it's good news in tennis. Britain's ladies #1, Emma Raducanu, has reached the final at Queen's. She beat Ava Jovic 6-2, 6-2, and will now face Croatia's Donna Vekic in Sunday's final. You can see that live on BBC One at 1:45 p.m. Right, other news, world news here. US and Iran talks continue with a possible deal to be signed on Sunday, but President Trump warns of ultimate alternative if talks fail. Right, now moving on to the weather. Tonight it will be mainly dry with clear skies with a few clouds around. Tomorrow the clouds will start to gather and it will get sort of clusty out there. So that is the weather for today and early in the afternoon. So I'll be back tomorrow with, shall I say, an improvement. Every day is an improvement to my channel and my show, and especially with the World Cup, it's getting exciting, and I'm really looking forward to keep going and going until I get a real good rhythm here. It's a little bit nerve-wracking to do when you've got so much to say and so much to project, but I hope I managed to get it to you so you could understand what I was trying to project to you. So anyway, that is that from my show for today. I'll be back tomorrow for day 4 of World Cup 26, so I want you to join me for that. Also, don't forget, I've posted up another poll on my community post board on YouTube. So it's 4 teams from the past. The greatest 4 teams that I predict were at their time were unsurpassed, very unbeatable. Go and have a look, and you can vote for them, which one you think is the best. And also, don't forget, you've got the group voting polls up there as well, so take a look at that. So anyway, that's it. There's nothing more to say, except please hit the like button if you like the video, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because I've got some great stuff coming up in the next few weeks, and so on and so on and so on. So this is Lee Anthony Davis saying goodbye from my YouTube, or should I say my World Cup 26 YouTube channel. Bye for now.